Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending from where you are watching me from. According to biologists, they tell us that plants need light to survive. You see, according to the law of photosynthesis, it is the process by which plants use light energy to convert water and carbon dioxide into food. But if you study the creation of the world, you will discover that on the third day, God made the plants. On the fourth day, God made the sun, the moon, and the stars. And so, if according to the law of nature, the plant receives light and energy from the sun in order to convert water and carbon dioxide, what we breathe out, into food to be sustained, to be nourished, and to grow, how then did the plant that God made survive when God have not made the sun, the moon, and the stars? You see, if you're a cursory reader of the Bible, you will notice this. You just read day 1, day 2, day 3. But there are people that are critic of the scriptures. They read the Bible to find fault. And as Christians, we must be good apologists, sound in scriptures, ready to give a defense to the faith we've come to believe. Now, when you are posed with a question, that is, you claim that God is perfect and God does not make mistakes, and there are no mistakes in the Bible. So how come did God make the plants? Afterward, he need the sunlight. How did the plant survive? If you know biology too well, you will have to stomach in your defense. But you see, in Genesis chapter 1, verse 3, God called forth the light. And so there was a light coming from a direction. Then day 1 came, day 2 came, day 3 came. God now made the plant. The plant received energy from that light up until God now made the sunlight. And you see, we as Christians, we believe that God is omnipotent, which means God cannot be stranded. He can do all things within the confines of his will and what is not illogically impossible. And so God does not need sunlight to have light. So God made light outside sunlight, and the plant fed from that light until God made the sunlight. That is why in the book of Revelation 22 verse 5, the Bible said in the great eschaton, in the celestial city, the Bible said in chapter 22 verse 5, there will not be need for sunlight, because God will be the source of the light in that city. And so in heaven, in the great celestial city, there will be plants, tree of life, diverse kind of trees, but there won't be sun. So how will those plant vegetation, how will they survive when there is no sunlight? Simply because the same light that gave them photosynthesis in chapter 1 Genesis verse 3 is the same light that God will invoke after the sun, the moon, and the stars will go into oblivion. So God is trying to convey to us that it does not need sunlight to feed the plants. It does not even need sunlight to have light, because so God is trying to prove to us his self-sufficiency. He does not need his creatures or the object of his creation to actually function or for him to exist. And so before the sun came, God is light, and after the sun will go, God is still the light. And plants will survive with or without sunlight, because the way God wired things, everything is meant to depend on him for survival. God bless you. Amen.